about a really common topic in IELTS test, that is animals. So my first question for you, and this is speaking part one, so I ask you a few questions related to part one. And my first question for you, what is your favorite animal?
Well, since I was 1 year old, my dad brought home a dog, and since that fateful days, I began to love dog.
Yeah.
Well, well, actually, I have a lot of pet. I used to have a lot of pet, cat, dogs, and like every kind of animals that I could have, but dog always come first. I love dogs. They are so loyal and they like a friends to human. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, very good. So you said that since your brother brought it to your house, so how to make a good sentence? So you can say, I would have to say dogs. So I would have to, so this one, the beginning, I would have to say dogs. And now I want to change your sentence using, as I told you, we have structures, so like in speaking, so different structures. So why not, you're talking about something that started since past and still continue, so you can say I've been, I don't know, I've been fascinated, I really like fascinated by, for example, them ever since, okay, my brother, for example, brought it, or for example, brought the first dog, or since I was child, or the first step. Okay, so you can add. So I've been fascinated by dogs or by them ever since, like, I don't know, I was child or whenever. Well, and do you think it can be, I don't know, it's like, what? So it can be related to something like because of their loyalty. So I think you can say, now you can say it's something related to their loyalty because they are loyal. Now, if we want to make it an advanced form for IELTS, we can say maybe, or for sure, of course, it's your choice. It's, this one is really important, is has to do with, for example, their loyalty. So this one, okay, that is the way that you can say. And just let me say, when say is has to do, it's like, for example, you mean it's related to. So, oh, where is my T? Okay, it's related to. That is, it's related to their loyalty. Or maybe, for example, some people likes, I don't know, uh, just little small dogs, in size. So they think maybe it has to do with their size. So it has to do with their behavior. So like this, cuteness. So something like this. Okay. Well, and I think they are highly intelligent. And I think they're really friendly. So that is really good. So intelligent, so it's not bad because you mentioned some two adjectives to describe dogs, so it's not bad to complete it. Okay, so what is the meaning of friendly? What are the words I can use? Okay, so can we say that they are family oriented? Like, they like families. So they like to be in families, be with people. So why not? So of course your answer was right. Definitely right. We only want to. So they are highly intelligent. We know. And they are family oriented. They like to be in families. They love family. So, and this is your answer. Okay. Well, and you said I like them. How to say, and no matter what animal it is. So I like
Mhm.
animals. So you can say I am, let me say, I am a person. Cat person, I'm a dog person, I'm a pet person. So no matter what it is. So I'm a pet person, I'm a cat person. I'm a
Mhm.
big fan of cats. I'm into cats. So different. Or I adore, I adore dogs. I love them. So I'm a dog person, I'm a pet person. So this is another phrase that you can use. Wow. The second question. Do you like to see animals in the zoo?
Well, I used to really like to go to zoo to see animal, but in this day I'm too busy with with my school schedule, and to be honest, the zoo is kind of far from my place. Well, I live in District 7 and the zoo is located in District 1. So it took like around 30 minutes or even an hour. It depends on the traffic jams if I want to go to the zoo. So yeah, not anymore.
Well, okay. Now, uh, there was a misunderstanding where about the meaning of question. So I said, do you like to see animal in the zoo? It's not that do you like to go to the zoo or do you go? No. It was about their situation, their condition. If it's okay that they are in the zoo, and do you like to see them? They are captivated. They are in cages. So like this. This is actually the paraphrase of my question. So you need to definitely and totally change your answer. So it's not something that you like, for example, yeah, if I had time, yeah, I would go. But now I'm really busy. It's about you. So you like to go to the zoo, okay? But when I say you like to see the animals in the zoo, so it's like, is it okay? So now give me your answer.
Well, I love to go to the zoo. I mean, I love any kind of animal. Uh, especially crocodiles. I don't know why they're so special to me. every time I see them, every time
Really?
I see them, I feel very like interesting about how they look and and the way that they doing in their life. I mean, they look kind of funny and also is one of the most dangerous animals, and I love something that's kind of scary.
Yeah, of course. It's like, yeah. So let's talk about your answer. So of course you like animals, you like seeing them, you like going to, I don't know, to the zoo, especially. So you can talk about crocodiles or your favorite ones, maybe the way that they live, okay? But actually here you need to talk about something else. What do you think about keeping animals in cages, in for example, to see them captivated? So I think animals, so you think they should be in captivity, they should be caged, not? So of course you are interested in animals, of course you like, but sometimes we feel sad seeing them in cages, like especially wild animals. So they shouldn't be in captivity, I think. So, or you think, yes, they should be, give reason why. You think it's okay, it's better to keep them in the zoos because we can protect, we can conserve them. We can save them, especially endangered species, like, maybe so that we can avoid them to become extinct. So, but sometimes we feel like, no, we shouldn't keep them in the zoos. So this is the answer of this question. Well, okay. So next question. Okay, so that that is really important. In IELTS test, most of candidate actually we can say that I don't know can't get the band or score that they expect just because they don't get the definition, the paraphrase and the meaning of the question. They misunderstand and they give another answer, very perfect, but it's not relevant. It's related to another question. Well, so you keep a pet, right?
No,
No? So you
not
said that
anymore.
so what happened to your brother's dog?
It's passed away a very long time ago.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
It's so sad. And you didn't want to have another one, to pet another
Well,
animal?
after after that pet, I adopt some, but they all pass away now.
Ah, it's so sad. This part is really sad
Yeah.
when you keep, yeah, because they're like member of family
Hmm.
and it's really difficult to live without them.
Yeah.
So, well, okay, so no. So let's pass this question. So it's like how to answer this question. If you like to pet, just keep a pet. But we normally say to pet. I want to pet a dog. So pet a dog, it means to keep it as a pet at home. So I would like, but for example, I couldn't. So especially after having two bad experiences related to my actually former animals, like pets that passed away, and then I couldn't keep a new, for example, any other animal. So this way you can answer. Okay, well, tell me about that time that you had a dog. So tell me about, the way that you, I don't know, you had them, or for example, you took care of it. Like, tell me about that time. If you loved it, or for example, how,
Well,
tell me about your parents' attitude towards.
well, so I will talk about my childhood dog. Well, her name is Yasu, but well, she's one of like she's she is the most like my favorite dog ever. Um, yeah, she has been through my childhood since I was 1 years old and with me when I turned 12 years old. It's been a very long time. I remember at that time I used to be very and delight and happy when she's around me. She always bring me joy and helping me through some uh, negative issues, such as when I'm sad about my grade or something something that happened in my school.
Yeah.
And
So it could cheer you up, make you happy, like
yeah,
especially when you had problem.
hmm
So cheer you up. When you feel like upset, sad, you're not in mood. So someone or something. So maybe this one can be your friend or someone, or maybe your pet. They can make you happy. They can change your mood. Yeah. This phrasal verb is a good one to use for your answer. Wow. And so you say that, yeah, it was really good time. So of course it's been a long time. So it's been a long time. It's been ages. It's been ages. It's been a long time. So when you want to say it's been a long time, so it's difficult to remember. So, but as I remember, so I had really good time, and my parents were both, if they were animal lovers, you can say, so you can use this one because some people are animal lovers. So people who love animals. So my parents were both animal lovers, so it was really good to have a pet at home. And well, tell me about future. So will you have a pet later?
Well, sadly, no. As I about to I'm prepared to study abroad next year, so I think I would not have any pet. But in the future, if I moved out and have my own house, I think I would decided to have one for my own.
Yeah, I will decide, of course, about it. Just, you use first conditional. Please keep going with first. Would is for second one. So it's like, the combination of first and second. So yeah, if I have, so why not? If I have my own place, my own house, so why not? I will decide about it. Well, and if you raise children in future, so you will have. Will you allow them to keep a pet?
Well, definitely yes. Why not? Pet are a friend to humans, as I have mentioned before. They help us a lot about our daily life, and especially for kids, they will protect us from the dangerous, and sometimes they will take care of the children very carefully.
Of course.
And yeah, I think I would allow them to have one.
Of course. Of course. That was really good. And I want to add a brief word to your answer because I think allowing them to have a pet is a good opportunity to actually for them to begin to have a sense of responsibility, especially when it comes to, I don't know, walking their pet or changing the litter box. So you know that litter box is actually box where cats go to bathroom.
Um,
So like this, or feeding them or cleaning them. So it's really good. So you can say, so I think actually it can be a good opportunity for them to begin to have responsibility or to have a sense of responsibility. So both of them, when it comes to walking their pet, and we have a new word and changing, for example, the litter box or feeding them. So because of this, it can be really helpful. So why not? Yeah. Well, it can be maybe it can be a dream that can come true, like having pets, and everyone dreamed about it. Well, okay. And do you have any questions so far?
no.
Okay, very good. Well, And now let's talk about some actually, wild animals at home. So you know that some people, especially nowadays, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, they pet some wild animals like lion, snake, crocodile. What do you think about petting a wild animal?
Well, for me, I think it's really dangerous for a human to have a pet in dangerous animals, especially in lions and tiger. Um, they are like they are dangerous creatures that we don't know what would they would do when they arouse us. They can like bite us and even kill us. But I will respect some other people opinions about having their own animal and having their own pets, even though it's lions or snake or tiger. I heard that there's some country, especially in Qatar, they in every family they have their own pet, which is a lion or tiger, and there's nothing happened with them. So
Uh, it's like, yeah, it depends. I do agree with you. So it's like, but maybe one day they will be eaten, especially when it actually comes to meat-eating animals. So like
mhm.
lion. So we can have meat eating animals. Of course, you can use because you know that we have a word carnivores. So let me write. If you want, you can say meat eating or you can say carnivores. So it's your choice. So that is not. So especially, keeping them or for example, having them at home can be really dangerous because you can't predict their reactions and for example you can't understand their feeling and like the reactions so you don't expect and it can be really dangerous. Of course it can be really costly feeding
Mhm.
them how much they eat during the day, like it's so dangerous and they have no feeling. So for example if you have what do you think about having a lizard at home? It's scary.
Mhm.
Really scary. If it moves, I will run away. What do you think? It's really scary. Like, but as you said, some people depends on the culture.
Mhm.
Maybe some, but I don't know. It's like a trend, fad, fashion. I don't know, like this. Well, okay. I asked you a few questions related to part one, and I gave you some alternatives, maybe some words and phrases that you can use when talking about animals. So if you don't have any question related to part one, we will start with part two.
Mhm.
Agree? Part two? If you want, you
Okay.
can make notes because I may erase the content from the board. So if you need to make notes or something like this, you can do it now because maybe I need to erase.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, well, so let's see. We have speaking part two. Let me write. Okay, and then we can talk about it. So, wow. So you should describe a wild animal. Okay. You should say which animal is okay, and you can say what what it looks like, where it lives, and explain how you feel about this animal. Okay,
Okay.
think about it, and then when you're ready, you can.
I think I'm done.
Okay, let's get started.
Well, let me talk about crocodiles. Mm, as I first saw realities crocodiles is when I went to the zoo with my primary school. It's been a very long time ago, but I was very like surprised about how it looks and how creepy it is. And uh, is a like the the skin is sometimes green and sometimes gray. It depends on some crocodiles, and the skin texture is I don't know what it's called, but it's very like hard. And nowadays there's some like designer bags that take off their crocodile skin to make a bag. And I remember that I heard they usually live in a rural areas or in the forest, like near the river. And to be honest, I don't know any much information about crocodiles, but I see them as the like a creepy animal, and I love creepy animals like things like crocodiles, tigers, and things. They look very scary, and especially I love about their long mouth. It seems very funny so when I was a kid, and yeah,
Wow.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know it's really difficult. It's really difficult. Yeah, so let's do this one. Perfect. So first of all, so for example, you were, that's like, for example, in your country, you went to the zoo and, for example, you saw a crocodile, okay? And if this animal is, I don't know, it's commonly found animals, like, so you can see everywhere in the zoo, or no, it's a rare animal. So you need to mention. So let me give you some alternative. First of all, where, and if it's, I don't know, like commonly found animal or rare animal, so say. And then if it's belong, so you need to say, because you're talking, you know that is actually reptile. So
Hmm.
it belongs to reptile species. So reptiles. Reptile, so when you're talking, so it's like, you need to have some about actually crocodile. So you know that they're known for actually their rugged texture and pattern of skin, and you know that they have scales like fish, but different type of it. So all reptiles. So we can say that, for example, this animal or this reptile actually is known for example, rugged texture and shape like patterns. So it's like skin, and you know that it's like some, maybe they are square. Let me, they're square, I think. Let me let me imagine a crocodile. I think square. I don't know, like you will add it later. So maybe square. Okay, I'm not sure about the scales. So it's like something that you can later scales maybe. And so of course, so this way, and you know that their skin is a bit glossy. So it's like, and it's really actually rare, and because of this, unfortunately, this animal is maybe in danger of what? Poaching. What is poaching? Killing animals because of their fur, because of their skin, because of, for example, I don't know, like hurt or something like this. So poaching, they are in danger, under this danger, under the threat of poaching. So because of their skin. So, and coloring is really different. We have different colors, I think, and especially in, I don't know, about reptiles, because I had a lesson. Okay, and just I have this one. So this is about how it looks like. And it's crocodile, it belongs to, so we talked about the second one, where it lives. Okay, where it lives, so you need to give some, you didn't talk about it, so do you know where it lives?
No.
Okay, well, so let me say something. As you know, because reptiles, like, actually they can, like these type of animals. So
Hmm.
normally, they actually need some special habitats. So river, lake, they need water. Yeah, they need water. So fresh water habitat. Habitat is a place that they live.
Hmm.
Okay? And it can be around the river or lake, or I don't know, some other places. So water, just water. Okay? And so where they live. Explain how you feel about this animal. Now you tell me, maybe I know that we have in Australia, we have a lot. For example, Australia, you can mention this country. Yeah. Okay, and we have in Central America, we have American crocodiles. But in
Florida.
Australia, there are more in Australia, of course. Yeah, you can see everywhere. So explain how you feel. So we answered three parts, and now how you feel about this animal.
Well, I think in like for example in Florida in the USA, crocodiles are kind of
Are,
dangerous. Like they're bothering us,
of course.
or yeah.
It's really like, how people feel about. So no matter where you live, they're scary. So suppose you're sitting and you're watching, I don't know, something on TV, then you see, okay, for example, an animal is coming, it's walking in, like, and you may heard about, I don't know, Australia, that people have this condition. So it's like, we can say that people have fear and caution. After they think they're aware, but they respect their power. Maybe this one, okay? So we can say how they feel. How do you feel? It's a combination of maybe fear and respect. Respect what? So why I need to respect? Respect their power. How powerful. And they are really adaptable animals. They can easily adapt. So be adapted. So I think, many people fascinated actually are fascinated by crocodiles. And why? Because they find these animals really strong animals. And you know that crocodiles have existed for million years. So I think they're really adaptable. So maybe adaptability is another factor. You need to admire million years. It's so long. And maybe this one. And if you like it, so you can say, I'm afraid at the same time, I'm interested in. So it's like, I don't know, uh, it can be a symbol of power, adaptability, and it's like so, and especially because it's actually existed for million years, so most people are fascinated by this animal, same as me. Okay, well, and just this, we answered this question. Please next time choose an easy animal. It's really difficult to talk about crocodiles. Please choose something like cat. I don't know. So it's like easy. Oh, I need to drink water. It was really difficult to talk about this animal. So, okay. Do you have any questions related to this one?
No.
Just let me say something that is really important. Okay, let me put my pen here. Well, because now you're ready, you know that you may face this question. So please have one animal and you need to have some information about it. So because you're going to talk about it. So please choose an easy animal like, I don't know, tiger like this. Okay, you can have something to say. And so location. And you know that all these parts in question should be included in your answer. But the length of your speech is different. Like, for example, you like to talk about this one more, but about its location or habitat, I don't know less. It's okay. So you don't need to talk about each part at the same length. No, different. It's your choice, but cover all them. Well, okay. No questions?
No.
Let's keep going with part three. Wow. Are you ready for part three?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. Well, tell me about your country. Do many people in your country like to have a pet?
Well, obviously, yes. Like I see that like in every family we have at least one pet, but usually in my country, people prefer to have a dog than cats. It's because dogs are like easier to raise, and they also give us the benefit such as protecting the house and the member, and also they are very friendly and they must uh, our family members are happy, not as the cats. Cats more like I seem as like an introvert person. They don't like to interact with other people. Yes.
Of course. Especially for people for who I don't know don't tend to socialize, or for example don't tend to be with other people, maybe introvert. So yes, I do agree with you. They would prefer to have dog, like for example, member of family. So yeah, that was a good one. This one was really good. Okay, just I see. Yeah, I see. You use general present, so it's okay. Well, and what kind of, so you said that dogs, okay, is most popular because, okay, so it's like, uh, maybe they can have better relationship with dogs, like, than cats, okay?
Mhm.
But do you think, now let me ask another question, do you think cities are suitable places for keeping a pet?
Mm, well, I think it depends on what pet. For example, dog and cat is cities are a perfect place for them to live with the modern facilities and people who adore them. So I think it's good for them. But like for example, some animals like snakes or lizard, I think is not the best environment for them. They should be in forest or in somewhere that have more green
Of
green.
course. They should be in their natural habitats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in nature. So green
Mm-hmm.
spaces, not in cities. Of course, I do, especially due to, I don't know, maybe this heavy traffic, noisy places, they can actually make them be afraid of, I don't know, living in city, and maybe they would show some reactions.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really normal. Okay, so it's not good. Well, and now let's talk about advantages and disadvantages of having a pet. What are advantages and disadvantages of having a pet?
Well, oh, to start, I will say about the drawbacks of having a pet. Well, one of the most significant drawback is we have to manage our time to take care of it. I think it's not suitable for many people with a busy schedules to have a pet. I think we have to give our time to them, play with them, and feeding them, or else they will become depressed, or lonely. But however, the benefits of having a pet is it we will have like a friend or maybe a best friend or family member who always be right there with us whenever what happens. Um, also, um, pets are the no are the animals that we are wait, wait
That was
I
really good.
forgot
Just keep going. It was really good.
I
Just
forgot
keep
what I
going.
should say.
It was really good. Just keep going.
Uh,
Yeah, I do agree with you. So which that was, yeah, they're really, pet can be a really good friend, sometimes the best friend, and sometimes, most of the time, the best playmates for children. So because
yeah.
of that, for example, in my culture, when a baby, so before a baby, I don't know, is born, so we have pets to actually grow up together. So because they are best, great playmates for children. Yeah. And so actually, you can talk about, maybe you didn't mention because it's expensive.
Oh yeah.
This is drawback. Yeah, it's really expensive to feed and care for. So it's really costly to feed and care for. And it requires a lot of time. So depending on the kind of pet, of course, so if you have dog or cat, so time, money, so there are two important disadvantages. So if you can afford or not. So expensive to feed and care for. This is really important. And spending lots of time, that is really important. Well, and do you think there should be laws to protect the welfare of pets and farm animals, like to be sure that they are okay, they have actually good lives? Do you think we should
Mm,
have laws?
what do you mean? What we should have lost?
For example, the way that people treat pets,
Oh.
of course, is different. So some people are too selfish to care. So sometimes it's better to have some laws to protect these animals, to be sure that they have good lives. So you
Mhm.
know that they have pets, but they don't care, like just just pets. So big, I mean this. Do you think there should be laws to protect the welfare of pets and wild animals?
I'm not sure. I understand the questions, but I will answer. Well, definitely yes. I mean, animals are animals. We should like protect them and take care of them. Like take care of them, even though they're wild animals or farm animals.
Of
I
course.
think. I think, for example, like farm animals, like cows or chickens, they have give us advantages like give us food and things to eat. So taking care of us will help. I think it might seem very really sad, but it will provide us food like meat and chicken eggs.
Yeah, of course, they provide everything, maybe us with food. Yeah, I do agree with you. It's like, yeah, you understood the question. So it was the question, like, we need to be responsible. People should be responsible enough to treat pets and farm animals. You said, yeah, of course, chicken, other animals. So they are really beneficial for actually us. So, of course, but since some people are too selfish to care, so maybe sometimes it's not bad to have some laws, but these laws shouldn't be equal as, for example, human being. So because they're animals. So as you said at the beginning, animals are animals. So it's like, yes, we need to be responsible. We need to have maybe some laws, but we need to protect our actually right and the welfare of human being. So let me write this one. because maybe this is the new one. The welfare of being. So what is that? Uh, when you say welfare, well-being, quality of life, to improve, I don't know, the quality of life. Human being, we, us, we're talking about animals, human being, people. So the quality of life of human, to improve the quality, the welfare. So that is the meaning of this, okay? Or is if I want to give you a good synonym, I say human well-being, okay? And we have the same thing about animals well-being. So how they live, how they, I don't know, for example, how a good quality of life. Okay, well, and wow, let's see another one. Okay, and are there any wild animals in your country that are not found in any other countries?
Well, is a really difficult questions because I'm not really sure about wild animals that other country doesn't have. I think there's none of
Oh,
animals, the wild animals that haven't found any other country.
yeah,
To be honest, in my country, there's some animal cannot be found. For example, elephant. Um, the only place that we can find an elephant is which is in the zoo, not in the wildlife anymore.
yeah, it's good. Now let me give you a good. Here you need to know something that is really important. Sometimes actually we get some questions, we face a situation that we have no idea about the question. So not because we don't know English, because we have no knowledge. As I said, okay, so why should I know? For example, if you ask me this question, I don't know. What animal? I have nothing about animals. So what this is IELTS? I need to say something. Now, in this situation, in this case, okay, how to answer? The first thing that you say when you have no idea about something, you say, nothing springs to my mind. Actually, nothing springs to my mind. It means, oh, well, what is it? Actually, I have nothing to say about it. Like, no idea. This is a new topic. I have no idea. But now, you want to explain, but actually, I think there should be. Every country, there are some specific, because you don't know, answer this way. In every country, there's some specific species of animals actually that belong to that area, that specific area or country, and may not be found in other countries. So of course, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert, and I have no idea about what type of animal, but I'm sure that there are some animals that actually belong to my country, my area, and they can rarely found in other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And exactly the same about other countries. This is your answer, and that's it. Your answer is important, not the information that you give to examiner. No matter, of course, they know that you have nothing to do about this question.
Or
Okay.
there's
Yeah.
animals that just pop up on my
What?
mind, which is panda.
So tell me about it. Yeah, that's really good. Okay.
Well, I think the only creatures that we haven't found in my country and other country as well, which is panda. Panda only exists in China.
Ah, of course.
I
Yeah,
don't,
of course
I
I heard.
don't, yeah, I don't know why they just exist on panda, but it could be about their like food. In China, the bamboo trees only raise,
Maybe,
yeah, on China, so that is the reason why the panda only exists on China.
maybe. Yeah, really. Yeah, of course. What's the reason? So now I'm thinking about it. I've never thought about it. So I'm thinking, really, why? And they're so cute animals. And I
Yeah.
know that if, they really care, like, Chinese, it's
Mm.
like, this animal, this species, actually species is really important kind of animal. So they care and they try to conserve.
Mhm.
But of course, maybe weather, climate, food. I'm not sure. I have no idea. But that is really normal. So you
Mhm.
can easily say that it's sad, but I have no idea about it. Just make some sentences to say that I have no idea, and that's it. This is your answer. Well, and the next one, uh, how do people in your country feel about the protection of wild animals?
To be honest, the citizens in my country is not really care about this topic. I think like none of my friends or close members or any people talk about this. I think is not really necessary for the people in the cities.
In cities, yeah. Maybe they're learning.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so actually, maybe uh, animals are not at a first priority for people in your country.
Mhm.
They're not the first priority. But like they are, we can say that now they are big, like beginning to learn. Maybe in the future they will care, but not now.
Mhm.
So maybe they are actually beginning to learn about the importance of protecting animals. But of course they are not aware enough to protect. So maybe we need to raise public awareness, raise public awareness about animals so that people become aware to know about animals, how to protect, how to conserve, protect the wildlife.
Mhm.
Yeah, but not now, unfortunately. So, as well as you can say, if, for example, you have the same situation about the environment, if they care or not. So, I haven't seen people who, for example, talk or, for example, who care about animals and environments.
Mhm.
Unfortunately or fortunately, so you can say. It's not something that you expect on TV or I don't know on radio. So it's not. Maybe it's new topic, it's actually new matter that will be considered in new future, but not now. Okay. Well, and what do you think? Um, what do you think are some of the benefits to human of protecting wild animals? It means why is it important to protect wild animals? What are the advantages of protecting them to all lives?
Mm, to be honest, there's lots of like benefits of protecting the wild animal, but I would say that none of reasons or benefits for people to protecting them. Actually, um, peoples are more care about their own, so they're really selfish. They don't really mind about the wild animals. They just want that the animals that will give them the benefits, such as a cow, a pig, or chickens that provide them food. So, so there's his. For some people, there's no benefits of protecting them, but for me, I think it's very necessary for keeping the animals safe. It's because for some animals, they're related to the country cultural. For example, the cow in India, people really respect the cows, and they saw it as like I don't know what it's called.
They, they pray.
They pray for
Of course.
the they pray for
Yeah.
their looks, and they don't eat cow meat.
Um, oh, beef.
Yeah, they don't eat beef.
Yeah. Yeah, of course I heard about this. Like, yeah, I heard about it. That not, I think some, because,
Like
have, yeah.
it's just like in the Hindu.
Ah, of course, different religions. Yeah, of course.
Mm,
Like, yeah, because of this. So I know that, but not everyone. But
mm,
it's like, yeah. Actually, the most important reason that you can give for this question is balance. So if one species dies out, it can upset the balance of nature. And it can do a lot of damage in long run. So what is that? Of course, animals maybe don't always directly affect people,
mhm,
but often they fill a special role in the balance. So that is really important. Some other animals affect other species of plants, for example, that we are directly dependent on. So we directly dependent on some animals because we eat them and we eat plants. But sometimes actually it's about balance. So it can upset, that is really important. Let me write. So if one species dies out, it can upset the balance of nature and do a lot of damage in long run, long time. So maybe they don't always affect people's life, like, directly, but often they feel special role in the balance that we are also part So this way. Well, and the last question that I want to ask you about this topic. Let's talk about positive and negative aspects of zoos. Why they're good, why they're bad. So let's give some reasons that why zoos are good, why they're not good.
Well, zoo are really good for children because of the informations about different types of animals will give it to students to know more about species. I think it's really good for kids who that they would know more about the wildlife and how the other species look like and things like that. However, zoo are sometimes very bad for people. For example, in my like the zoo in my cities used to have the escape of the chimpanzee is ran away from the cage and was go from District 1 to District 7 to like it's near to my house and I can see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's hanging on the trees and I was really shocked.
Oh, oh, it's so dead. Yeah, you know that, they're dangerous. So maybe they attack.
Yeah.
If they're afraid, they can attack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you could see a National Geographic part lively. Okay, so what did you do? So you called emergency to come and take it?
I don't know. I just ran into my house and I think the older people doing something with them.
Ah, of course. Wow. So yeah, this can be really dangerous. Yeah, it's like, yeah, actually you're right. And definitely your first sentence was definitely was correct. And let me just briefly change it. You said that it's really good for children, and I say yes. They can actually zoo can help educate children. So it's really good for some educational reasons, okay? Because they can learn about a wide range of animals. So that is really good. And of course, especially about endangered animals, like animals that maybe in future will become extinct. So we won't have them anymore. So it's better to be kept in zoos, to take care, to, I don't know, to help them like this, to avoid them being actually extinct. So this is the reason. But at the same time, it's not good. Why? I want to give you some words that are really important words. First of all, so you know that cages actually are too cramped.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they don't have enough space, so they can't. Wild animals need freedom. They need to move easily. So actually, cages are too cramped. What is that? They can't move, but they need liberty. They need freedom,
Mm-hmm.
especially wild animals need freedom. Okay, this is the first one. And if you keep a wild animal, especially in cage, they lose their instincts. They can't hunt. They become depressed
Yeah.
because, yeah, of course, because, oh, what is this? Okay. Well, so they lose their instincts. For example, I didn't like hunt, or they become rest. So this is the another one. And so it's really actually can be badly affect. So, and keeping animals in captivity actually can badly affect ecosystems. They
Mm-hmm.
need to be in nature. They need to be in nature. So it can badly affect ecosystems. This is another negative point. Okay. Well, okay. Now, so do you have any questions related to words, phrases, idioms, like just everything that we learned about this topic? We talked about this topic in detail.
Mm, no.
Okay, well, no. Okay, so if you want to make notes, you can. If no, take a deep breath because we're gonna keep going.
Can
So,
can you wait me for? Can you wait for me for like 3 minutes? I
yes, of
okay.
course. Take your
Thank you.
time. You're welcome.
Hi, I'm back.
Well, okay. Well, so, okay. Uh, just the only thing, because we talked about pets and animals, let me give you an idiom that is really, you may, actually, I don't know, hear it somewhere and you say, oh, what is that? So let me say, uh, sometimes people say, I have a pet hate. Pet hate, what is that? It means when you hate a lot of something. But for example, not about animal, it's not about animals, it's about something, but you can use it this way. For example, I have a pet hate. For example, people eating, I don't know, loudly, loud eaters. They open their mouth and they eat. So it means I hate a lot. Or for example, I have a pet hate people speaking while eating. So that means I hate a lot. So this is an idiom. And for example, if you are teacher's favorite student, you are teacher's pet. So I was teacher's pet in class. That is the teacher's
Favorite.
So these two idioms that are related to this topic, so it's not bad to know them. Well, okay. Now, do you want to make some notes? Just, okay. You can make some notes.
Okay.
Okay, well, now, I think, just one moment. I think I have a video to watch together. Just one moment if I can find it. Okay. Okay, 8, I think. Well, I have a short video. Let's watch this video together and then just pay attention. What problems do these people have when speaking English, okay? Well, one moment, please. Let me share the screen again.
Hey, aren't we all in the same English course?
Oh yeah, how's it going?
Not bad, except I sometimes have trouble with my grammar, isn't it? I mean, sometimes I perfect, but other times I don't, won't they?
See, I'm all right with my grandma. My problem is spelling. I can't spell to save my loaf.
Yeah?
Yeah. After relying to spell chalk on my computer.
Well, you know, look at it this way. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't eat it too. You know what I'm saying?
No, not really.
Oh, I think that she sometimes has trouble mixing metaphors, aren't she?
Yeah. Sorry, you guys. I'm always crying over spilled chickens before they're hatched.
It's all right for you all. I've got a very small vocabulary.
What's that like?
It's all right for you all. I've got a very small vocabulary.
That's okay. I have problems with my emphasis.
Your emphasis?
Yes, my emphasis on different parts of the sentences. In my job, that can cause a lot of awkwardness.
What do you do?
I'm a speech therapist.
A peach therapist that can't spike properly. Surprised your boss hasn't sucked you.
It's all right for you all. I've got a very small vocabulary.
Can I make a suggestion? Why don't you purchase a dictionary? You'll save yourself a lot of embarrassment.
I tell you what, why doesn't we all try studying together, isn't it? How doesn't next week sound, didn't we?
Great idea.
Fabulous.
Yeah, you give him an inch, it's worth two in the bush.
It's all right for you all. I've got.
Shut up, isn't it?
So what do you think? So actually, this video is about problems that normally candidates or students have when speaking. So we have different parts. So can you tell me what actually problems they have and what they mention?
The
For example, this
trouble
one.
studying.
First one.
Oh, about grammar.
Yeah, of course, definitely this one.
The sentence
Like idiomatic phrases,
Yeah,
too
idiom.
much overuse, of course. And this one,
about their spelling,
spelling. This one,
empathies.
like, yeah, of course, how to emphasize that is word stress. So sometimes you can, yeah, it's really negative because it can change the meaning of word. So, and most of people can't understand what you say. For example, if you grammatically make mistake, people understand. Like it's okay, it's just about grammar. But when you actually have problem with words, and especially word stress, so that make people like confused, so they can't understand what you're talking about. And the last one, this one,
Vocabulary.
no vocabulary. Okay, now if you want to actually find, maybe you want to mention your, talk about your strength and your weaknesses. So what can you say? So what skills are your maybe strong points and which ones are your maybe weaknesses?
I feel like all of them are my weakness.
No way. No way. Of course no. Of course no. No. Look at those people. Of course no. No. I think no, just maybe you are actually, you pay careful attention when using grammatical structures. That is really good. So it's like you avoid making mistake. Maybe you can add more structures. So, but no, you don't make mistake. But vocab needs to be improved. Like, we need to improve vocabulary because general words very, and that's really good. That is IELTS. It's a bit different, And we have intonation and word stress. Word stress because you pronounce words correctly and they're understandable, clear. But about intonation, the way that you show your feeling, your emotion. Like, for example, when you're talking, if you're talking about a sad, I don't know, matter. So of course, your voice tone is really different when you talk about something really good or when you're happy. So that is intonation, how you play with your voice, like, it goes up and down. So that makes your speech more attractive, like people like to listen. And about idioms, using idioms is good, perfect, but we don't use this way, like overuse. No, overuse is not good. So overusing is definitely terrible. So especially in IELTS. Okay, my dear. Let me see what we have. Just let me share the board again. So the topic of animals. So we're discussed in detail and there is no, I think we talked about all the questions, 3 parts. Any questions, any issues?
No.
Okay. So thank you so much and have a great week and see you at the next session.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.